I'd say 90% of the items are probably from my parents' home, and I think that is the story and their history coming from like a middle class Midwestern America, retiring in Florida. And there's something about this American dream there where so many people are aging and disabled and there's so few resources. So it just felt like we had to shoot there. It just felt like there was something so unique in the ordinary.
You wrote a guest column basically about making the short film in 2023.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, did you know at the time you wanted to make a feature-length version? Or was it that the short film did well and then you saw then that kind of gave you the chance to do a full?
I mean, I've always wanted to do a feature-length version or tell this story in some way, and it just kept unfolding. It started actually in 2015 as more of a documentary because everyone's so fascinated with my family. And then I just found...
Ooh, good question, Anna.
It is our family, excuse me. She will edit this well. Everyone's off duty. Not sure how much caffeine she had in the break, but here we are. Anyway,
I mean, you obviously can't contain this in a short. I mean, right? This creature cannot be contained in a short film. It must be a feature length. I mean, creature. Yes, you are. I mean, creature like a magical creature.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Just like a magical, normal sister. Then it gets just as annoying as anyone else. All right. Listen, Anna, let me look at you. You look fabulous, okay?
Thanks.
We can leave it, all right?
Okay.
Cool. I want to tell them about how we worked together on set.
All right.
You want to tell them?
No, you tell them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, how'd you work together on set?
Well, Anna is a great improviser. She really learned to take risks. And Allie is a great gymnast. That's what I call her.
Well, basically, Liz created this structure where she had this beautiful script that was sort of our roadmap, and then we would kind of do a take where we would try to do all the lines sort of as they were written, and then we would kind of open it up, and we would do these 10, 15-minute takes. And Anna, in the process of shooting, you became so skilled. Do you remember that scene where you were adding lines into our fight?
Yeah.
You got so mad at me. Do you remember?
Yeah. She's really good at getting angry. She's
she's in touch with that feeling for sure.
So a lot of what I saw in the movie was from out of the improvising scenes, would you say? Or
a lot of I'd say
we used it as a structure, and then it grew into something else, and it sort of just depended on where we were for the day, and how it organically evolved. And I think that's why it's so incredible what all the other actors and Allie could do with Anna. It's because we just had to know the heart and the meat of the scene, and then it would become something that made sense and felt really alive and honest.
Yeah, and it was sort of watching where Anna was engaged or what she felt like doing. I mean, there was a scene that Liz had written about caretaking. Anna, do you remember this scene where I was supposed to be cutting your toenails?
Yeah.
And do you like to get your toenails cut or no?
No.
No, she does not like it. And that was what the scene was about, was that she didn't want me to cut her toenails, but you knew I wasn't going to actually cut your toenails, so she wasn't responding as though she didn't want me to do it. And so we couldn't get that scene, and so we just kind of left it. I was so sad because the scene was really... it was just this lovely moment of where you have these daily rituals that can turn into contentious things. And but then the next day we did that scene where we were improvising. Do you remember with the wet wipes? We were doing we did this scene where it's just another moment of caretaking, and it turned. We started playing with each other. Remember when I started teasing you about how you smelled?
Yep.
Do you remember that? And you told me that I smelled worse than you did?
Yeah.
And do you remember you smelled my armpit?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the scene suddenly became actually really silly, and there was an element of play that it was so important to their relationship that we couldn't have predicted, it just kind of happened.
And I imagine it felt much different than other jobs you've done where it's been very much the script and complete choreography, moving around.
It requires a lot more surrender and faith and trust in Liz's eye, and also but I think we're in service to Anna and her magic, and I think anyone who sees the film can see that Anna is so present and so alive. So if you're acting next to Anna, everyone will know. Everyone will know. So you can't be uppish, I mean, what do you think, Anna? Who do you think was the best? You?
Oh, come on. Did you always know you were going to do it? Because that's your parents' house, right? Where you shot the film?
It is my parents'
And
house.
was that always your goal to do it there?
You know, we looked everywhere,
Oh.
like everywhere in the country, you know, and nothing sort of captured this Midland, Florida, American thing. And my parents' house is so specific, you know, it's small, it's not ideal to shoot in. We shot in August in Orlando with the rainstorms and lightning storms, and none of it was ideal. But we also said, you know what, we're going to lean into that, and that became a part of the film. You know, the rainstorms and also the smallness of the home, and also this is a place where Anna's comfortable. She knows she has a shortcut. You know, she's playing a version of herself, right, Anna? Mm-hmm. And it was in her room, and you know, in a way, you know, with adjustments, this house is the story, and you know, is a piece of my parents and the history. So
And it helped all of us as actors who are stepping in to really understand the real stakes of what the story is about, and to immediately familiarize ourselves with Anna's life. I mean, you were showing me like the things in your room, like her favorite dolls. It's all real, which is so helpful.
Yeah, so everything I see in the movie, that's all your stuff or your parents' stuff, or did you bring in a few things or move things around?
there are definitely adjustments.
Yeah.
My face is in a photo, and when
And I think it's still up there. Oh, really? Yeah. It's strange. But I'd say 90% of the items are probably from my parents' home, you know, and I think that is the story and their history coming from like a middle class Midwestern America, retiring in Florida. And there's something about this American dream there where so many people are aging and disabled and there's so few resources. So it just felt like we had to shoot there. It just felt like this, also this lower middle class world, and we didn't want it to become like a poverty porn film. So yeah, there was something so unique in the ordinary.
Was the basketball scene, was that was that in your neighborhood? Was that one of your neighbors' house who lent you their front yard in Blasway?
You know, our neighbors were heavily involved. That was holding, that was, they were background in the film. Yeah, I mean, everything is like, the world, my parents, what they do for fun often is to go watch cruise ships, and they do sit in their car and watch these cruise ships. That I think is also something about this American dream of vacation and luxury and seeing the world. Yeah.
Did you know how to play basketball before you guys made this movie? Because you were good.
Anna's really good. You're like a champion, aren't you?
Because
Yeah.
you play Special Olympics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you're
she's-
sinking those shots.
I know.
Anna's very confident, as you can tell. She knows when she's good at something. But Anna, you play basketball. What else do you play?
Bowling, video games.
Oh, that counts.
Are you a champion? Are you a champion video gamer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
She's a pro, no. But all those baskets, she makes 90% of her shots.
Nice.
Yeah?
When you were filming the FaceTime scenes, were you just in the next room, or?
No, I was actually, the final FaceTime, I was actually back home in New York. I had actually wrapped, but no, I wasn't in the room. We were actually FaceTiming.
Yeah.
And we were just shooting. I think they made this contraption where they put a phone onto the back of the actual phone I was carrying, holding, to try to film me get that coverage. But no, the actual cameras were on Anna, and I was just alone on a different location. Yeah.
We believe in everything reality, but also because it's all improv. It's all about Anna reacting to, the other actors and letting it flow. And I didn't want to make any of it feel restricted in that way.
So you're having a real conversation, which is probably rare. I would imagine, in The Diplomat, when it's all these phone calls. Are you just?
They're the hardest to shoot because you're just monologuing by yourself, and you're like, oh, what? And and so it's actually great because we did it all real time.
Yeah. Very cool. Have you both come to Sundance?
We didn't come in. 2023 is when the short premiered. But Anna's on festival tour with us now, and she's a party animal. So the real question is, how is Anna going to party?
What's the best parts, or what are you excited about, especially because it's the last year in Park City? It's so special.
What did you do yesterday with Aubrey? What were you doing yesterday
Oh,
on the street? Weren't you handing out
hanging out my face.
on stickers? Yeah.
The stickers.
Anna's autographing her stickers and giving them to people.
The promotion.
She's excited to be a celebrity.
Old school flyering. That's what
Anna is doing. Guerrilla marketing.
That's right. That's right.
I liked it. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in and for talking to me about the movie. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having us.